Hello farmers and welcome back to the hills of Tuscany. Today we are moving into the early months of spring. Time to replant, time to regrow, get some fields all set ready to go. But first, we got some selling to do, so let's get to it. So before we move into the month of March where we can start replanting our fields, I need to tidy up some things to do in the winter months, which we are now in February. The first thing is the flour. I should have sold the flour in the month of January. So if we look at our stock market page, we're not losing that much from the top price, but still it is some. I should have got 28 grand at best market value. Right now I'm going to get like 25 grand. But I don't want to hang on to it for another year because, well, money is needed here. Why is that stuff not loading up? Am I not close enough? Let's get a little bit closer. Interesting. Why won't that load up? Load up all. Left side. Start loading. Okay, full only, we'll do that. Container type, we will do Euro pallets. It's going to be very picky once you get a load on there. Alright, I don't know if we got more or not. Well, we do. Alright, we'll just keep on loading on up. Luckily, we're not going too far for this delivery. Ooh, that's a 40,000 liters of flour currently. Are we done? Are we done? Yes, we don't have any more. Well, we got a little bit of flour in there, but not enough. The question is now, can I actually get around this building? Maybe, maybe not. With this truck. But we'll get around. Yeah, we just got to go. The sell point should be, I should mark it, so I haven't been here yet. We are going to the farmer's market, which is just right around the corner. So let me go ahead and tag that place. I mean, it's literally just right there, but I have not been there myself. At least I don't think so. So let's go get ourselves about $25,000 worth of flour sold. Oh, making this corner is going to be rough. And I don't think I'm going to make it. At least not in the first try. And sneak around. After this, I gotta go over to the greenhouses. We gotta start making some more strawberries. The candy shop is low on honey and strawberries. So much so, I think the candy shop has almost come to a complete halt, which is not, the worst thing that can happen because we don't have enough sugar anyways. The sell point is literally just right here. So in you go. I'm not going to sell the stuff on the front, but I am going to get it all in one go. 24,248, which is exactly what we should have gotten. So with that being sold, we can now bring this back to production lane and then move on over to the greenhouses to quickly put in some seed. And I wonder if I should put in, it's just seed and fertilizer. I think we got water, but I could try putting down the automated water system, which will put down 1 billion liters of water, so we'll never have to put water in there. One of you is in the wrong lane, and I'm going to say it's the red car. I'm just saying. Most of the traffic here seems to be right side driving, so that red car seems to be in the wrong lane. Okay, I was not expecting the cars to go either way. Interesting. Alright, off to the greenhouses we go. Get those back up and running to make strawberries so the candy shop can keep on going. And then we'll put some honey into the candy shop. And then while we're in the telehandler, got to go up to the sheep pen and grab what little bit of wool they got so we can keep on making some clothing. Hard to believe I got in this tractor, started up, and it started a little bit rough. But hard to believe that this tractor is worn down as much as it is at 0.4 hours. But I think it's just because we haven't inspected it. Well, I don't know. It says there's 5 damage on it. Okay. So, let's see. Solid fertilizer? Is it solid fertilizer? It's been a while since I've done these greenhouses. Let me double check. Should be solid fertilizer. Where are we at here? Where's my greenhouses? There we go. So we got solid fertilizer in there, solid fertilizer in there. It's just seed that we really need. So let's go ahead and grab some seed. I will need to get this tractor inspected, so maybe I'll bring it up to the vineyard. I do have one of those repair stations there. But let's get this seed put in first. The grapevines are all set to regrow, but I do have to get in there and plow them at some point. The big vineyard has been done already. I say the big vineyard, but the biggest one that we do have. And as for editing the XML files in a couple of the buildings, now the grapes I might think about doing with the barrels just because there was a lot of them. So, but as for the small BGA, I don't want to adjust any XML files in that because it is just a 50 kilowatt. I think it's a 50 kilowatt BGA. If I up it up, if I ramp it up, it's going to be, you know, going to be closer to what the 1 million plant is. So I'd be getting a bargain if I were to edit those files. So the BGA will stay the same. The only thing I might do is edit the XML file on the grape production so the barrels just hold more. That's all I really want to do. Just reduce it a little bit. And let's fill this up with seed again. Now I wonder if I put down a $5,000. Well, you know what? These don't take that much water, so I'm going to leave it as is. We got the water tank here, and we just get water from there, so it's not that big of a deal. We'll leave it as is. Strawberries, let's go ahead and activate that, and then strawberries here, activate that, and there. We should be good to go. As for our candy production, there we go. So the only thing I'm missing on the honey candy is now the honey. We got a little bit of sugar in there. So, yes, we need to go ahead and bring some honey over. But let's bring this tractor up and get it all repaired. For 0.5 hours to have that much damage on is kind of surprising a little bit. I don't know if it's because I updated the mod itself and something happened there, but either way, needs to be fixed. Now, what I should have done with the vineyard, I did it last year. Not sure why I didn't do it this year, but when I was pruning the vines, I should have been subsoiling at the same time. But since I didn't, we'll have to take care of it at some point in the early spring. Planting season is not going to be too rough on us because our planter is pretty darn good, which I do need to upgrade the planter. Alright, let's go ahead and do Control J. We'll start inspection. Yes, so within an hour or next month whenever I get to it. Actually, let me speed up. You know, let's just speed up time for an hour. It's not going to be that big of a deal. And then I'll get it fixed, and that way it'll be ready next month. 11:13. All right. Let's slow down time now. And reopen the menu and repair all damages. Repair damages. Yes, start repair. So maintenance complete in 1 day at 7:47. So in the month of March at 7:47 in the morning, that'll be all set to go. And now we can go ahead and get down to the telehandler, which is way over here. I think the first trip I'll do is I'm going to go up to the sheep pen, and I want to grab a pallet of wool. When I say a pallet, it's like half a pallet. Bring that down, and then I'll bring the honey on over. And we should be all set. The cows and the sheep should be all set for another month easily. And I'm going to place a small toolbox down at the farm. I don't think I've done that yet. I've done it up at the vineyard. I saw it up there. Just so I can customize. It won't be there so I can repair the vehicles, but it'll be there so I can customize them like the drill. So what we're going to do is add where we can roll and mulch a field as we drill. Sounds kind of weird, but for $2,000 we're going to add it because that should add about 5% yield to the field. So spin around up through here. Actually, the telehandler looks like it might need a repair as well. My current damages says 4. All right. So I was trying to find a way. Oh, okay. There's more pallets here than I thought. Actually, I think what I was doing for these pallets, and I said in the future I was going to do it, but we don't have enough pallets in sheep yet to justify us doing so, is getting ourselves a smaller autoloader to get in here, because this is a tight squeeze getting in here. And once we get a good amount of sheep in there and they start creating more and more wool, grabbing it with the telehandler is going to be a time-taking job for myself and aggravating for you guys to watch. I'm glad there's more wool here than I remember last, but being the winter months, I've probably been zipping on through and I don't remember when I actually checked on them. No, don't slide off of that. Thank you. Not that it matters, because I could put 2 on either pallet, so it doesn't matter. So I don't know if this is going to be enough to spawn another pallet of clothing. We do got about 2,000 liters of cotton still in the spinnery. So since we're combining the wool and cotton to make fabric, we should get more out of it that way. It's just a matter of will we get enough to get another pallet of clothing, which every pallet's going to be worth about 10 grand. And that should be sold in April/May time. So the field that we've been creating throughout the winter, most of that needs lime. So I'm probably going to just toss lime down on the whole field. Sugar beet will be going in there. And I'm probably going to change my mind in some of the fields what goes where, only because I'm trying to get the most product that I can to earn us the most money. But I want it to be kind of separate. So I don't want too much of one thing and not enough of some others. Okay, that is in there. I think I left that production on still. Let me double check that that's still going. Where is that one? Yes, it is. So how much clothes we got in stock right now? Oh, it said storing 8,000, so it's only spawning 4. So there's actually another 8 pallets in there. Oh, okay. I was like, well, there's 40,000 there. I was kind of hoping for more. Well, there is more. There's 8 pallets in storage. All right, let me spread these as wide as they go. See if I can grab 8 of them. Now, there's other material I could be selling today, but I want to get to the springtime and start getting some crops back into the ground, and then we'll start looking at selling some more items later on. Should have my beacon on. Carefully go around the corner and hope there was no traffic coming, which there wasn't. And every time I bring honey over, I always think, oh, we're bringing loads and loads of honey. It's not as much as you would think. Alright, that'll get the honey candy back up and going. It's good to see we do got pallets sitting around everywhere. Why not use the autoloader, you may ask? Well, we got the telehandler. And it's not going to take too long to pick up this material. As long as we get it lined up just right, we can grab 8 pallets at a time. So I think they're 400 liters apiece. Yeah, 400 liters apiece per pallet. I thought, going back, but it's been a while since we've been on East Vineland, and I last had bees, I think. I thought the pallets were 1,000 liters apiece. Although these pallets are getting to be a little bit heavy for the telehandler. But we're getting it in there. Am I going to try to double stack these? Probably not, because everything would go bad at that point. Alright, we'll leave the other 4 there just in case. Don't know for what, but we don't need as much as we put in already. It's going to take a moment to get through this honey. And the candy we sell in mid-summertime, which seems about right. You know, all the kids are getting out of school. They're out and about all the time. Best time to sell candy. I don't know. Sounds good, though, doesn't it? Alright, we got clothes being made. More candy is being made. Strawberries are being produced. Alright, telehandler, thank you very much. Nice little spot for it right there. Okay, let's get back up to the farm here, and I need to figure out where do I want to put the toolbox. Unless I may have put one up here already, like I said. Don't remember if I did or didn't. You know what I could do is, let me just go into construction. I know I got one up at the vineyard. Do I have 2? Oh, it doesn't tell me here. I thought it was going to tell me you got 1 or 2. Okay. If I would, I think I would have put it over here, maybe? There's a silage additive. You know, I don't know if I can customize things down at our workshop or not. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to go top this off with fertilizer and seed. So seed should go in first, I think. No, fertilizer went in first. Either way, I got topped off. Let's see if I can just go down to our repair shop down here, and if I can customize it there. I got the TA all set to go with the lime spreading. So this will be the first time I've actually used this repair shop, I think. Is the repair... Where exactly is the repair side of things? Alright, so the trigger is actually over here. Alright, can I customize? Yes, we can customize. Perfect. So, additional tools. We got the standard planters, which we got. We could add the roller. We could just add just the mulcher. Or we could add both for 200. Customize, please. Thank you very much. Alright, so let's say we just have them put down the toolbox. Let's close the door. Reattach to our planter. And this is all set to go for planting. I don't think there's anything I can truly plant in February. Well, I think maybe the cotton. I should be able to, unless on this map it's different. We can go right over and do the cotton now. Yes, we can. Well, let's go plant cotton in our cotton field. As I work my way through our yard here. Actually, we'll just go out this way. So let's switch this over to cotton. Wherever it may be. Did I go buy it? There we go. I was ready to say, I know it does cotton because we've done it before. We got beacons on this thing. It's kind of hard, but they are. It's kind of hard to see, but the beacon is on. Alright. I mean, okay. Sorry. I do have a weight on the front of this thing, and that was kind of sticking out into the road. But we'll go first. So our lovely Challenger Anaconda tractor will plant cotton in this field and get it done really, really quick. Now, the only other planter that we have is the potato planter, which I could have gotten modded on this, well, not this particular planter, but the mod kit does allow us to get a planter that will do potatoes, sugarcane, and poplar. If I decided we'll just use a regular potato planter, which the Lamborghini did a fine job planting it last year. Didn't take it too long. So this is our cotton field right here. So I'm hoping, now it says it needs rolling, but I'm hoping that the modified planter will do that for us like it says it will. So the fertilizer's going in. Should be getting rolled at the same time. We'll check when we come back around how it's doing. Also, I think our dairy is filling up rather quick as well. I may need to go over there and remove some of the pallets in the spawn area. The storage area is getting a little bit too full. I thought about getting ourselves a storage area like we had on Hinterland, but just remembering that I had a little bit of a problem when I got over 250 pallets in those buildings, that the lag when I got over there was just way too bad. So I think we'll keep all the pallets where they currently are. Kind of forgot how fast this planter actually puts the crop into the ground. 14 miles an hour. But as we move along here, the fields are just going to get bigger and bigger. It's going to be at a slow rate, but they'll get bigger and bigger. So over time, as these jobs right now seem rather quick, over time they'll take a little bit longer. I would like to expand on this field, but it seems like we got a good ratio right now of cotton to wool. Because once again, our factory is combining the cotton and wool together to make fabric. We get more fabric that way. But once we start getting more sheep and we start getting more cotton, more wool, then we'll be short on the cotton side. Good thing is, in the hills of Tuscany, the fields are relatively on the cheap side. Of course, I'm comparing it to American Falls. So we should be able to expand when we want to. This planter is so nice to have here, being a direct drill, and does basically all the crops that we want it to. I will leave the planter on just in case I missed any strips here. Because the planter seemed like it was just barely reaching over. I am using seed and fertilizer, so I'm thinking there is a small strip there that we didn't get. Or I'm just wasting it, one or the other. And through here, I think I'm wasting it. Usually when you've been over an area that's already been planted, it won't take seed, but it could take fertilizer. But this is taking both. But seed is kind of cheap. So is the fertilizer. Fold on up. So we can see now the field does not need to be rolled. So now we just got to come back in here after the crop grows and fertilize it one more time. But currently our New Holland 130 is being repaired. But that should be ready next month. Actually, I'm going to go... Ooh, you know what? I need more seed. So I got to bring this back up to the farm and top this off with seed, and might as well do fertilizer as well. But we'll double check on the animals. They should be all set to go, and we'll fast forward to March, get to the springtime, and I think we'll grab the New Holland T8, and we'll come on down and spread some lime in our additional field that we added through the winter months. Okay, so as I learned just a few minutes ago, fertilizer first. There we go. And then seed. Thank you. Cover that back up. Park it next to our front door. Leave some room so I can get out with a T8. Alright, so before I call it a day, let me check the stock market page. Well, we're not selling strawberries. Grape juice and white grape juice. Well, we sold that last episode. So that's been all sold. Flowers, I probably grew some in the greenhouse. I got 1 liter, but that's all set. But nothing else is the prime time to sell. We do have some red beet soup that could sell pretty good right now, but yeah, we'll go ahead and hang on to that for another month. Oh, yeah, the animals. The cows have 50,000 liters of food. They're using about 12,000 per day, so they're fine. And the sheep have 14, and they're using about 2,500 liters per month. So we are good on the animals. So let's go ahead. I thought about paying just a little bit off on the loan, but you know what? We'll keep the money because I may need a lot of fertilizer and seed coming up. Plus, we're going to lose about 20 grand overnight. 8 o'clock, yeah. We'll wake up at 8. Hopefully the snow won't stick around too long. Let's see, it's nighttime. It's still snowing. Snow stopped. Waking up to rain. Okay, so we didn't lose that much money overnight. We're down to 71,000, so that's not too bad. Current temperature is 37. I think the snow is going to disappear here rather quickly. So I think by the time maybe we get down to the field to put the lime down, I'm kind of hoping the snow is gone. Now, do you want to be spreading lime while it's raining? Probably not. But looking at the forecast, there's nothing else in the forecast coming up but rain. Let's have a look at the forecast overall. How far forward do I need to go? Well, it looks like until about noon. So, yeah, let's go to noon. Get rid of the rain. Snow's going to disappear. Yeah, there goes the snow. Knew that wouldn't take long. All right, let's refill this while it's raining out, which you wouldn't want to do. Don't want your lawn getting wet. It's probably getting all clumped up. All right, now we can see some clouds in the forecast. And even though we're wasting half the month here, we're going to be fine because it's playing at one-time speed. I mean, that's like 8 hours worth before it gets dark. And if I can't get all my work done in 8 hours, then I got too much work on my hands. So this part of the field next to us does not really need lime, but the parts over there kind of do. In case I haven't shown to you yet, I'll just show you what the map looks like currently down here. So yeah, we're going to be doing this section right around here. It's actually where we expanded on the fields. This is a canola field, which does not require lime currently. So we're just going to exclude that. Actually, let me get closer here, because I don't think it's going to reach the edge. Close enough. There we go. I mean, I could just do the sections that need the lime, but then after harvest this year, if the rest of the field needs lime, you might as well do the whole field together. At least that's the way I feel like it. But this will be our sugar beet field. The long strip field behind us, that's going to be some vegetable. I'm thinking actually carrots this year. And then the one over by the vineyard, I may just throw parsnips back in that one, or maybe some red beets. I'm not too sure yet. Probably making my mind when I go over there, but it will be one of the vegetables. So since I'm putting carrots behind us, it will be parsnips or red beets. Not going through the lime as much as I thought I would, which I'm fine with. And of course the canola to our left, that'll be harvested and of course brought on down to the oil mill. Yeah, as for these olives over here, as I mentioned in last episode at the beginning, yeah, for some reason the olive bushes that were on the map by the mod author Johnny Xpro cannot be deleted. At least I've been told that as well from someone else, that they can't delete those either. But if I were to plant my own olive trees down, I can delete those very easily, just like I did with the grapes. So either I got to go into GE Editor and take those out, or just leave them there. I mean, I may do olives at some point on this map, not too sure if I will. But I don't think I'll be doing them over here just because of all of my orchard equipment is over at the vineyard. But that's going to be a ways down the road. We got much more to do here before I get involved in the olives. So this shouldn't take me too long to get done. And then once I get this done, I think I'm going to go over to the vineyard and we'll start subsoiling in between the grapevines. And it's not going to take us too long to get most of those done.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on. I put my feet up and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever?
Waking up to snow on the ground, to snow melting, to making it look like it snowed. At least only in this field. But at least the lime is all down, so we shouldn't have to worry about it for about 3 more harvests. And we'll go touch up that little piece over there. And I'm surprised I didn't go through a full spreader of lime. There we go. All set. Let's see how that kind of looks. I mean, it should look good, right? There we go. A couple pieces missed here and there, but overall, not too bad. All right, let's go over to the vineyard. Antonio Cario. This should be pretty much all set, no damage. Yep, we should be fine. Let's see, I need a counterweight. And then we need the subsoiler. My big thumb hit 2 buttons at once to attach and shut off the engine. Alright, let's, you know what? I'll grab some fuel first. Shouldn't take too long because it's a small tank. There we go. Fuel is in. Now the only thing, it might be kind of hard to see what row I've been in. Let's turn that on. Yeah, I'm not seeing much difference here. But if I do get out, well, you can't get out when you're in between, when you're inside of a row. But we'll come on down here just to make sure it says that it needs the work done. Yeah, I should have done this when I was pruning the vines, but if I come over to here, yeah, it needs plowing. If I come into the row we just did, wait, needs plowing. Oh, did I grab the mulcher? I bet you I did. I heard you screaming. The few of you that mentioned noticing. I got the mulcher, not the subsoiler. Which I thought was kind of weird because when I hit activate the implement, I'm like, why am I activating a subsoiler? I'm like, okay, my brain just went, all right, it's an implement, you activate it. You shouldn't have to activate a subsoiler. All right, let's go drop this off. There's my subsoiler. That tractor should be done with repairs. But that will need to be moved. Maintenance now complete. There we go. And now the repair status is looking rather good on it. Alright, let's grab the subsoiler. Still find it just a little bit odd with this tractor. Every time you turn with it, one of the tracks always comes off the ground. But let's try this again. Yeah, see, this one here, you don't have to turn on. But I'm not seeing any difference in the groundwork, so I just got to pay attention what row I've been in. And I'm never quite sure if I should be doing the outside rows or not. All right, now up this row here. Now this tractor does pretty good. Once it gets up to speed, it does fine. It's going through the gears once in a while where it can hesitate sometimes. And I could do manual shifting, but since I never really got into it in Farming Simulator 22, I don't think now is a good time to be doing it. We'll just we'll get through it as we are. All right, so instead of me getting out of the tractor, we can go ahead to here, and oh, we are already here. So you can see we're getting the plowing done. It's never going to get done in between the rows, but from what Giants have said, that's all you really need to be doing. So that is what we're doing. And yes, I am backing up with the subsoiler still into the ground. But with the 3 vineyards that we work on, as long as we do 1 per episode, it won't take up too much time. So I know some people still don't like the grape work that we do. But to me, it's just interesting to get into something you haven't been doing hardly at all. And it changes up the jobs. It gets you out of the ordinary of what you always do in Farming Simulator for the most part, which is plant, harvest, plant, harvest. I mean, we're kind of doing it here, but the task is just a little bit different. And as I mentioned, this job should have been done when I was pruning the bushes. So hopefully this upcoming fall, which is going to be a little bit off here, like another 10 or 12 episodes, I would just assume, somewhere along those lines, before we get to the next fall. When I prune next time, if I can remember, use the subsoiler. Just a few more rows to go. I think I can. Come on, pick a gear. It's even worse on the hill. That's why I don't show the work being done on the hill as much when I'm doing the Antonio Cario anyways. But when it comes to harvesting and spraying, then I have no problem showing it because the ELO, is it the ELO? I hope that's the right brand. Yeah, when I'm using that doesn't really have too much of an issue. So the only work these grapes are going to need after we get this done is we got to spray them. Now, last year I sprayed them twice, and I didn't get to the mulching because I was expecting it to say needs mulching. And then some of you grape experts out there told me it won't say that it needs mulching. Just get there and mulch and you'll see the grass go down. So when we mulch, we should get another stage of fertilization. At least that's what it says on the help menu for grapes. So this year, we will spray once, and then when the grass starts growing, we will mulch and see if that gives us a second stage. If it doesn't, then why am I really mulching? But we'll find out in the middle of summer. Pick a gear. There you go. And I'm going to do the outside rows just to be sure. So these are white grapes. We'll do the other white grapes next time. And then off camera, I'll do the red grapes on the hill. Okay, let's get this outside row here. So we did actually very well overnight. We didn't lose that much cash, which is nice. So the wind turbine either had a good night or I don't know what. We do have the small BGA running, but that doesn't bring in that much money. But it is something. Speaking of which, I probably got to get over there with our truck and put more slurry into the BGA. The cows are definitely going to produce more slurry than what that BGA can manage. But for now, it's going to do what it can. Alright, so I'm going to put this right over here. And yes, I do realize we got some vines over there that weren't pruned. I'm not going to worry about it too much because obviously the grapes don't yield exceptionally well, and it's just small patches, and it'll take me more time than I care to with that. Let me just double check here so we can see that we definitely got it plowed. This vineyard's been plowed, so we got this one here and the one on the hill. So yeah, the small BGA, how... are we done with the clothing again? So we are out of cotton and we just got wool. I mean, I could just turn the wool on and get some out of that. 2 for 1 is what I get out of it. So I could get another 400 liters, which is going to be just shy of a pallet. So, actually, that's just making it into fabric, then clothing. So, yeah, that's not going to do us too well. And it's 5 fabric for 4 clothing. Yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and turn these all off for now. And we'll have to wait until the cotton harvest. Yeah, we're just waiting for sugar to come on over. We got plenty of water, plenty of honey, plenty of strawberries. I got a good amount in inventory. Oh, are we through the sugar? Okay, we are done with sugar beet. All right, let's deactivate that. And then deactivate all that because we're just paying for something. I mean, it's not a big fee, but it's $120 a month. And if we do that, it could be like $1,000 I'm saving overall. Strawberries, what are we out of? Fertilizer ran out. We'll just go ahead and deactivate those for now because the candy shop's not running. And the slurry is still being processed at a slow rate, but it's being processed, but we got room. So we need to top that off. But all the other greenhouse or the other production buildings still going through the parsnips. So we got a good amount of parsnips to sell and some red beet as well, which will come in handy. So it's looking pretty good. Year number 3, the full year of number 2, I guess, is underway. And yet, need some plowing here, which I'll get to at some point or other. But yeah, planting has started, and we'll definitely be getting into a few more fields next episode, because that's going to wrap it up for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you again right here in the hills of Tuscany. But until then, have a good one.